boy, hollering at y'all real quick, man. Yo, we gotta talk about what's going on in the game right now. We got the boy Nas. Look like he done smoked out Jay-Z, smoked him out good. Cause you know Jay one of them guys that compete real heavy, and when he win, he get quiet. He get real low key. He don't say a word, and he be whooping ass, succeeding, doing whatever he doing, getting money. And you know, in the black culture, when one person win, he the winner. It's not like they open doors and set everything up. So now Nas is the winner and Jay's the loser. All of a sudden, when it was always in the other direction. And even more succinctly, you got Diddy. He's even the more bigger loser when he was the one on top, even before the both of them. So you can it's basically white people choosing who they're gonna have in the front, and we all just gotta sit back and I guess cheer for whose side you on, who you like. You know, obviously the first person I heard of was Nas first. Maybe about 2 or 3 years later, 2 years later, I heard of Jay Z. No, actually, I heard of Nas even before that because came out in the '80s technically. But I mean, I guess that was, you could say that was 1990, but kind of the '80s, late '80s when we heard it. And then he dropped the music, and he's been a success story ever since. And he just basically beat Jay Z because they have this ongoing beef that I would say Jay Z started it. He's like one of them people that keep bullshit in the game, and so he got this everything that Nas do, Jay does. So it's been mad years they've been doing this. Maybe like 20 years they've been back and forth about it, with each other. But now when you look into the future where they are today, Jay and Nas both were trying to open up casinos. And Nas, oh shit, am I up? Oh fuck, I'm still not okay. I always do this. It says live, but I don't think I'm actually live until I hit this damn button. This my fault. I'm almost 2 minutes in, so let's go over here. I keep forgetting it. It's not unlisted. It's unlisted, guys. Public, and we'll start this thing again because that's what we're gonna do. And hit save. So now I should be actually live. All right, so welcome 2 minutes into my podcast. We talking about Nas, Jay Z, and the situation that the both of them guys got going because they've been beefing for like 20 years, beefing over some dumb shit. Most times, all beefs are dumb. They stupid. They either over girl, ego, or just people don't like each other, and so it's like they dumb. They so stupid. But let's get to these guys because they didn't grow up together, but they are from the same state and city. So where you see Jay being a big time artist and being a celebrity, he got a nemesis in the game, and that was Nas, and he never let up off Nas back. All these decades, Jay Z never let up off Nas. He always have a problem with Nas. So now we got it where Nas has beat him in this casino shit, and Jay just lost the casino deal, and Nas won it. So it's like, ooh, damn, Jay. I mean, you started this beef between y'all, so I mean, technically you lost this one. You know what I'm saying? All right, did Nas just beat Jay Z? Did Nas just beat? No, just win the beef with Jay Z. And while I am a Jay Z fan, I don't like how he moves sometimes with all that shit. But I do understand with men, especially people that's not your family, it's automatic beef, it's automatic competition. So you just got to kind of deal with the way the world is. You can't be like the more sensitive person, like, oh, we shouldn't be beefing. We shouldn't be having problems. It's like, nah, nigga, you said you better than me, then get your beef game together, motherfucker. We up. What's up? What's up? So did Nas just win the beef between okay, the beef with Jay Z? That's better because I don't want to write some more extra words and shit. Did Nas just win the beef with Jay Z? All right, so they have a beef for the last 20 years, and I put that in the poll right there, so y'all can answer the poll and let me know what y'all think. Did Nas just win the beef? Check my sound. My sound sounds like it's pretty good. I gotta pull up the information. Let's get it all going real quick though. But I appreciate y'all coming to check out the channel and coming and kick it with us because Nas and Jay Z been beefing for 20 damn years, some idiots. But it's what they got. Nas Casino. Nas just opens a casino in Queens. He's from Queens. He was born in Queens, but now he got a casino. And the other guy, which is Jay Z, didn't get the damn casino. So it looks kind of crazy for him. So here's the actual unanimous decision, and it looks kind of corny real quick because this is actually in Queens. It's not like something we would per se have seen, they city council and all that shit. But this is actually how it looks inside the little office. Let me see if you can see any of it. Well, there go Nas right there. It's more like a still photo, but let's. Nas is a part of this. Queens get the money. Um, Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again. I just had to rub that in. You can let the Brooklyn Borough president know that I send my regards to him. With that being said, I vote aye. So they beefing. Do you know? Everybody know about the beef between them. It's not hidden. It's not under. I mean, Jay Z started it. You know, I can't see even knowing hip hop as hard as I have, and all the decades listening. I didn't see Jay Z start. I didn't see Nas starting the beef. I'm still thinking about Jay Z started the beef. And when Jay Z started the beef, Nas responded. Even though Jay Z responded with a freestyle was super ugly, and he lost that beef. And then Jay Z just been on a fucking tirade. Much respect to his tirade because he's been out there getting money. He's been out there collecting bills, getting deals, and but that invigorated his op, if you want to call it Nas, because now Nas doing the same goddamn thing. He getting deals, and now he just beat the shit out of Jay Z with this deal. So let's let old boys talk about it real quick. Let's see what he got to say about it.
Jay Z and Nas both being part of bids to get casinos in New York City. Do you know how big that is? Drop one of Clues bombs from Jay Z and Nas.
I don't think people understand because they so rich and they be doing so much stuff. I don't think people get it.
Like they both submitted requests for proposals for something like that on the same. Well, everybody had to do it on the same day, but that's the architect of regional now. Illmatic. They're both part of casinos in their hometown in New York City.
Think about it. They both came from the hood. Nas from Queensbridge and Jay from Marcy and
Come on, man.
What they did with their music catalogs and how they turned it to big business with investments. Nas with Uber and Ring and
who dating who is cute and who getting tattoos
Jay
who is cute, but God dang.
The liquor brands, Rock
all
Nation,
of it is nice, though. All of it. And this is great.
And where they are now in life.
It's gonna be real great, even greater for New York. This is amazing.
I'm still.
So now we at least get a chance to see what happened. It's one of those deals where you got to put a bid in. You know what I'm saying? In New York, they both in different towns because one is in Queens, which is Nas, and one is in Brooklyn, which is Jay. So by both of them having to put the bids in on the same day, because everybody got a bid on the same day in a particular city, but they borough. But Jay got denied in the Brooklyn, and they denied him 4-2. So that means 4 people said no, and 2 people said yeah. And then over on Nas' side, because his Jay Z announcement was a few days ago. So now you hear on Nas' side where they announced it yesterday, but Nas got the casino in Queens. And it's like a $5 billion casino where it's gonna be jobs, it's gonna be opportunity, it's gonna be money. They're gonna have like a performance place, it's gonna be a hotel with thousands of a 2,000 room hotel. So it's like this is gonna be a good hookup. It's gonna be a whole lot of people getting jobs that's going to be working. They just built a hotel, a casino hotel where I'm from, and there's a lot of people working out there. It's in the burbs, but you know that's what it is. So I don't know how if those cities or those boroughs got suburbs as well. I don't know how it work out there. But you know, Jay got lost on this one. You know, and that was the funny part about it. Like, damn, Jay been beefing with dude for so long, and he lost. You know what I'm saying? So Cut Zach said, "Self-made asshole." Oh wow, thanks for talking to me, Cut Zach. Stand off the grind. The nose. Stand off the grind. Good man. No. See, they just going crazy about those. I don't know why a African nose turned gay men on, but you know, good morning. That's all I can fucking say. But as far as Jay's situation, with him having to lose this situation with with Nas is kind of crazy. It's like, damn, Jay, come on, dude, you lost this one. But you know, Jay been winning. He wins a lot of places and in a lot of ways. So that's why I don't look at it as no real big deal. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Jay he'll recover too because he's really good at getting his money, you know what I'm saying, and making moves. And see, every move is not announced. So in this particular new announcement, we know what Jay was doing. We know that they was trying to build this casino. But technically, you wouldn't even really be knowing, you know, all of the moves that these guys be making because that's what hustlers do. You know what I'm saying? They don't really tell their business like that because otherwise somebody be trying to stop them and block them and, you know, do what haters do and shit. So wait, so they trying to say Jay-Z is under a laundering. I'm not even finna listen to that because I know that can't be true. You'll hear about that from white people before they start saying that about Jay. But look, just a week ago they said Jay-Z lost his, but I think it was 2 days ago. Well, I thought it was a week ago. So let's just listen to my man explain a little bit about why Jay lost his bid to get a casino, which is worth $5 billion, which is like dumb, outrageous money. So, and I just wish I was a part of something like that. But it's just like what Boy said. When you think about what they did with their music, that's what really opened those doors for those guys. They built big ass musical empires, and that's what happened for them. So let me choke. This choke no joke. He about to explain to us a little bit more about Jay-Z's side of the casino. Let me get to it.
Yeah. Okay. With controversy, the casino was projected to bring over 130 million visitors annually and promote economic opportunity. Yeah, right. Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez even told iHeartRadio that New Yorkers would be given a chance, excuse me, to invest in the casino. There's a program that we partnered with where if you wanted to invest $500 into the casino deal, you're going to be able to get into this fund, Perez said, according to iHeartRadio. You're going to be able to be a part of the fund that is invested into the casino, which is unusual. It's not something that normally happens, but it's something that we've provided so that the community or anyone in New York City could be a part of. Yeah, you gotta put your 500 up and see what happened for the nigga that need 55 million that got $2.5 billion.
But that just show you right there that them billionaires don't be using their own money no matter how it look. They're like, yeah, I'm rich. And I could just buy this motherfucker with my own money. But then it's all gonna be liable on me too. So if somebody get hurt in that bitch, if somebody get robbed, if anything happen, it's gonna come back on me. But if all 95 of us as investors or 2,000 of us as investors, then shit, it fall back on all us, and everybody ain't got to put up the big ass $55 million fee or whatever it costs to build the building. So it's like one of those things where you got to kind of think, and a lot of rich people don't use their own money. So that's really just another one of those scenarios. They don't use their own money. So who the hell is going to invest? And then now I'm sitting up here broke trying to invest in some shit that's not a sure thing.
Would have been necessary for the parties to move forward with New York's licensing process. This was a vote to protect the magic of Broadway for the 100,000 New Yorkers who depend on it for their livelihoods, and for the tens of millions who come around the world to experience it, said Jason Lax, president of the Broadway League and member of the No Times Square Casino Coalition. According to the deadline, a casino can go anywhere, but Broadway only lives here. We are so filled with gratitude for the committee members and the local elected officials, State Senator Liz Kruger, Assembly Member Tony Simone, Borough President Mark Levine, and Council Member Eric Botcher, who looked at the facts, listened to the residents, and stood up for this neighborhood and told this nigga, this ain't Brooklyn, nigga. This is Manhattan.
That
We
just let
ain't
you know.
sucking you.
That just let you know they told Jay-Z no. So he basically was supposed to have his shit built in Brooklyn, but he was having his thing squared off in Queens. And they was like, where? He said right on. No, he was supposed to have his shit in Brooklyn, but he was trying to get it squared off in Manhattan. So the white folks involved said, hold on, let me look at your paperwork. Nigga, this ain't Brooklyn, this is motherfucking Manhattan area. So they told him, hell no. And so he got denied. The thing was supposed to be for Brooklyn, that's what they're announcing. But where he actually had it physically going to go was in Queens. And I guess they was going to do the whoop, whoop, whoop to the people who will live over there. So all them people who got to make decisions, they looked at his ass and said, "You can't have that." Now he probably get to reapply or however the game go. I don't know, but that was $1 billion industry that he was gonna be a part of and probably be an owner of. But it's gone, and now the nigga who do get it is Nas. Nas the one who get that. He gonna have that $1 billion connect. Imagine that, a job that's rock working, making billions of dollars, and you ain't got to do nothing. You don't fucking gamble. You don't throw dice. You ain't a dice person. You ain't a whatever they call the people who stand at the front of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't your world. You an artist. So your money built this bitch, but it ain't like you gotta stand in here and work it. So that's like it's almost like being an owner of a fucking team without having to have a team. You know what I'm saying? The thing worked for itself. Like with a team, with the teammates, motherfuckers might get hurt, motherfuckers break a leg, and it's like, oh shit, emergency, we gotta find another motherfucker to do this. With a fucking casino, you unplug that bitch. That's the only motherfucking thing. Unplug that bitch and go home for the night. Come back, plug that bitch back in, it work for itself. You ain't gotta do nothing. Wipe that motherfucker down every couple of hours or couple of days, and it work by itself. So this is like, just a cascade of money. And this is why you don't see a lot of that shit going to black people because if we can open some casinos, that shit is illegal everywhere you go when it comes to black people. But these guys, Nas and Jay-Z, they're at least opening the doors so it could be something in our circumference, in our circles. But somebody got to do it first. You know what I'm saying? So, and if they can do it, and obviously do it with a casino, ain't no shootouts in front of that motherfucker. It ain't no damn dead bodies in front because somebody won some money and didn't split it correctly. Then you could see other opportunities where those places open up because America is really controlled and it's definitely controlling the black community. They not just building you a thing and then be like, all right, now this for y'all, go get money. It's like even if it is a casino, it's gonna be a white casino, and they gonna get in their car at night and ride back to their suburbs. They're not gonna live down the street from your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that you got to be proud of those guys. You got to be proud of definitely Nas because his went through. Nas shit happened. So that's $5 billion. They're going to have that motherfucker built up in like about a year or two. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z's fell through and he had a lot of oppositions because they wasn't sitting in the right spot. They was claiming Brooklyn, but it was actually about to be built in Manhattan because that's where the people at. Most people not going to Brooklyn for vacations and shit like that. You can go to Brooklyn, but most people going to Manhattan. That's where Times Square is. That's where all the food is. That's where the safety is. It's like the downtown. But if you go to Brooklyn and other areas, you can get around a corner somewhere and it's a damn project building. You're like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is in certain cities. So I'm happy for them. But again, you got to stay on your game if you want to get to that kind of money. Let me let them break it down a little bit further. Let's go.
Paul, this is not Brooklyn. You're not going to knock all our people out of there and build up another Brooklyn Nets arena. You're not going to do us like y'all did the Brooklyn people with the Nets. This is Manhattan. Money earning, making Manhattan. Get out of here. Right? He stood up for this neighborhood and the theater community. Caesar's Palace Times Square commented, "We are disappointed by today's decisions and process. It would have created thousands of stable union jobs and brought diversity and inclusivity." All right, let me pronounce this right. Inclusive to both gaming ownership and Broadway. We are proud of the work we've done over the past 5 years and grateful to the hundreds of organizations, businesses, Broadway artists, labor unions, and residents who supported this effort. So, in other words, it ain't happening, Captain. Shout out to Nas. Hopefully you get yours over in Queens. But for them to put a casino in Times Square, that bring the hoes out, for one. Casinos bring the hoes out. Because the hoes want to be over there trying to sell coochie. All of the people that got money going in the casinos to gamble. And bring out even more people that
I didn't even think about all that aspect of it. or be one. It'll bring out the people who want to come rob you or do some goofy shit. He's right about that, but that was a smart way of looking at it. So they denied Jay Z, told him no because he was trying to open his shit in Brooklyn, but it seemed like they had cut the grass to put the shit literally in Times Square, and that's a white people section. You know, Brooklyn got black folks. You ain't got that many black people in Times Square like that. You ain't. I mean, in Manhattan, you know, you got people in Harlem, but and a Spanish Harlem, but you ain't got that many people like that. You know what I'm saying? Where they could be, you know, actually coming down there spending their own money at the motherfucking place. Them people broke in them areas, so they gonna have that thing sectioned off all by itself. And the people who make decisions like, no, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't trying to reconfigure this place just so y'all can put a motherfucking casino down here. Hell no. And they was like, yo, so y'all can't do it. They voted against Jay. And if he would have got it, he probably would have went up to about $4-5 billion. And that's a fact. Because if he would have got that casino, he'd be way more richer man. Because by the time they cut the grass and get ready to put that shit down there, he didn't set up a whole nother woo wop. Like, you know what? I'm finna have my office right down here by the casino, and you know just how you gonna be able to live. He's rich. You know what I'm saying? But they like, nope. Technically, you live in California. You don't live in here, so you don't know the struggles that we going through as motherfucking, you know, residents of this bitch. You want to put this fucking casino right here and jump your ass on a plane and leave, and they telling him hell no. Knocking off my little mouse. He said my keyboard. He said hell no. They telling Jay no. You can't just pop no motherfucking thing right here, then pop out in the window and leave. You know what I'm saying? Because you know these guys are multi-billionaires, so it's not like he got to live in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's like you open this thing up and then you gone in your comfortable ass mansion while we out here struggling and stressing. It's already super congested. Now you bring a motherfucker casino, ain't nowhere to park. Motherfuckers bringing big ass trucks down in this bitch trying to sit up. Hey, we don't know where to turn. Like, damn, nigga, you can't handle motherfucking truck on this bitch. What this nigga doing? I'm delivering shit. You know, like, man, what the fuck these delivery people? They go into the casino. So that's gonna bring too much drama. But when you talk about Queens, that's like the next borough over. It's different. It's more residential. It's more humans. It's more people. Like a normal city. And in Manhattan, it remind me of downtown Chicago, where it's like just these big buildings every fucking where. It's not really a lot of neighborhoody. You know, it's some. You know, the further up you go, but it's not like that heavy handed. It's almost like a city in a city like that. So they like, nah, we ain't doing that. So it's not gonna be no casino for Jay. It will be one for Nas, and that's gonna be the way things go right now in 2025. So y'all let me know what's going on. What y'all think about that? Is Nas smart for having his casino and Jay dumb, or is Jay dumb for losing his casino? And Nas smart. That's the same question. So the point is that the question basically is who won this beef, because you know Jay kicked the beef off. I remember back then noticing that was Jay who was mad. That was Jay who was tripping. That was Jay who was following Nas. And then it was really weird because it's like, nigga, you older than him. You supposed to be spirited away. But he saw something in Nas, and what he saw in Nas is what we all seeing from Nas today. So he made Nas level up. But then I thought Nas had lost the beef because Nas had signed with Jay Z Company at one point, and it was like, what the hell is that all about? But I see why, because Jay told him, "No, nigga, if you want to come on this side and be a businessman, then you come over here with me, and then you go ahead and do your own thing." So I respected Nas, but that was a stupid move, because imagine 50 Cent and his trajectory that he went through to get to his money. He didn't have to sit up under Jay Z. He didn't have to follow him. He didn't have to sign with Jay. He found a way. And then he got his motherfucking business going, and now he's a man who stand alone. Whereas Nas, he had to go up and sit up under Jay Z for a while. He had to go around Jay and be his little bitch just for a minute so he can make sure he can get his money. And it was like, dude, that's soft. But he redeemed himself because now he got that business acumen and he's out here making big ass moves. You done bust a casino down in Queens, the first one in Queens. As soon as it's open, everybody in the world coming to that motherfucker. They coming to it to the fact that even if they do open one up now in Brooklyn or in Manhattan, who the fuck cares? Motherfuckers gonna be at that one in Queens because that's the one that's gonna kick off. And when those other ones come, they'll get a little buzz right away. But that one that's coming first, that's the one that everybody gonna want to be at. That's the one everybody. That's gonna be the staple. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you know, casinos is crazy. Let me know if y'all gamble. I don't do too much gambling personally, but let me know if you gamble. You might gamble. You know what I'm saying? You might be a person that gamble. I want to know if you was in New York Would you want to go to the casino? Would you have preferred a casino to be in Manhattan so you don't have to travel so far to Queens? Like, what would be your question in this question? And that's for my votes. We had a 50-50 on the votes. 50 people said Nas did win the beef, and then 50% of the people said Nas did not win the beef. So you can kind of make your decision from there because that's right down the middle. And not a lot of people knows the difference between the two of those guys, but so they look at it as both even. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think. I appreciate you watching. We'll have a playlist at the top. You can click it and watch out for it, our new video. Peace.